Hello everyone, Meru here and welcome back to my channel. Yay! Today we're gonna be talking about my job. It's a bit of a story time because I just found out that my boss is homophobic. Yeah, so I work at a Dunkin' Donuts. I love Dunkin' Donuts. Like, don't get me wrong. I was working there. I know the ins and outs of Dunkin' Donuts. I wouldn't necessarily say I love the company because that's not a company thing. While it's a franchise, my company has like completely different. It's like separated from the franchise of Dunkin' Donuts, but it's still it's not owned by Dunkin' Donuts. It's owned by its own company. But it is part of Dunkin' Donuts. It's weird, and I really don't care about the company. It's whatever, not my problem. But I do like Dunkin' Donuts itself. I like the donuts. I like the food. I love the coffee. Like, I prefer Dunkin' Donuts coffee over Starbucks. I don't know if it's just since I'm actually drinking Dunkin' Donuts coffee right now. I buy the grinded coffee beans, not the grinded coffee beans, but like the coffee to make our home. I'm a gay anime nerd. It's good coffee. Like, I love Dunkin' Donuts. Even, before I started working at Dunkin' Donuts, I think I had only been to Dunkin' Donuts twice. Once when I was, 10. Actually, no, because it couldn't have been 10, because I got to the U.S. when I was 11. I would have been 11 or 12 when I first entered Dunkin' Donuts, and I think I ate a donut and nothing else. I think because back then I was really picky when it came to food because I wasn't used to American food. I didn't know what a donut was. I didn't know a lot of things. But then a couple years ago, 2 years ago, I went with a friend to a Dunkin' Donuts. And we ordered a coffee. I ordered a latte. I hated it because I didn't put any flavor or anything in it. I just ordered a latte because I didn't know. And then I saw that they were hiring and I was looking for a job. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to apply, So I applied and I got hired and I started working at a Dunkin' Donuts. And I loved it. I loved drinking. I figured out how to do different kinds of coffees, all the food. I was in one that they made, it was with the Baskin Robbins. So I was in a complete Dunkin' Donuts. The whole building was Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins, and I had to deal with both. Okay, if someone ordered an ice cream, I had to make it for them, and I got carpal tunnel from scooping so much ice cream because I don't have that much upper body strength, and it was just and you had to do it with a specific tool, but I wouldn't use that tool because it would take me forever to just scoop it because the ice cream was so hard. And I started working at Dunkin' Donuts, and I liked it. It wasn't too bad. Always, the customers and corporate and all that is bullshit. But the work itself, I did enjoy doing it. And then I quit. I put in my 2 weeks. I didn't straight up quit. I put in my 2 weeks, and I showed up for those 2 weeks. And at that same time, I was working at a different place. I started working at a Pizza Hut. It was fine. I think I honestly prefer working at Dunkin' Donuts and Pizza Hut. But the thing about Pizza Hut is that they let me listen to music while I worked, and I was like, okay, yeah. But then that Pizza Hut got closed, I think because of a failed inspection. It got closed for a couple months, and they sent me to a different Pizza Hut, where at first, I loved the manager. He did not talk. That man did not speak a word to me. And I understood everything that he wanted me to do. He was, we barely... I don't even remember this man's voice. Because he did not speak. He was just okay, this is what you do, blah, blah, blah. You do that. And I was I got you. And, everything, he would help me out, carry all the heavy things, because I was a cook, and they put me to prep all the things in the morning, and I had to carry a stack of 7 pizzas in metal pans with plastic tops. That shit was 20 pounds. And I had to carry that shit. I know it's 20 pounds because it weighed more than my cat. And my cat is at least 15 pounds. I think last time I weighed my cat, she was 12 pounds. And this shit was heavier. It was carrying 3 cats at once. And I had to carry it. out of the freezer and then pre-make it and then carry it to a different cooler. And all that weight was like, it's bad because I have a mild scoliosis, so I can't carry things too heavy. But like, he would help me out carrying the things. He would like bring it out for me, or like put it in there. I would like leave it in a corner after I was done preparing it. Like stuffed crust. With stuffed crust, you put like a string cheese on the border of the pizza, and then he would put it into the cooler for me. So I didn't have to carry all that shit because it was really heavy, and I'm like, that shit weighed like almost half of what I weighed back then, because back then I was like at 87 pounds, and I liked it. And then he got transferred to a different Pizza Hut, and then a new manager showed up, and he was not helping me at all. Like, he was just like, oh, I'll help you carry the stuff, just come and get me, but he was never there. I don't know where he was just never there. And then I got to the point where I was fainting, like I was about to faint this one day, where like our delivery driver didn't show up, and then he was doing deliveries, and then this was this other girl who was making pizzas with me, and then suddenly I feel like faint. Like the previous week I had actually almost fainted, and I called my mom and she came to pick me up, and then this week or the week after that, I was also like feeling fainting. This time I actually did faint. Like, I was like, I have to go sit down. And I went to sit down, and I literally fainted for like 3 seconds. And then I woke up back, and everything was like blurry. And I was sweating bullets. And I just felt like absolute fucking shit. And it was because I was underweight. Like, I weighed like 87 pounds, and I was doing so much work. I was doing so much weightlifting, so much moving around, so much exercise. My body couldn't take it. So I fainted, and then I'm like, yo, where are you? Because I could not get up from the chair. I was so weak. I couldn't get up from the chair. And they don't, like in Pizza Hut, they don't really give you breakfast, you know? Like, I had to wake up. I started work, I think, at 9. And I didn't eat anything for breakfast until I got to lunch, like around 1 p.m., where I would have like 5 minutes for me to eat a pizza. Like a mini pizza, like a personal pan pizza that I had made for myself. Either that or wings, but usually I went for pizza because it's easier to eat. But like I texted him, I'm like, hey, where are you? I need to talk to you. And he's like, oh, I'm delivering something. And then I'm like, listen, I just fainted. I need to go home. I don't feel good. And he's like, oh, you're gonna leave me alone? And I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Faint on your floor? Like, do you want me to just, like, collapse on your floor? Like, are you gonna pay for my ambulance? I don't fucking think so. I'm going home. So I waited until I felt a little bit better, like, good enough to at least drive home, because my mom couldn't come pick me up. She was at work. So I was like, alright, I'll just go home. So I picked up and I went home, and he was just like, oh, what, like, how, blah, 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 you coming back? And I'm like, I'm not coming back. You clearly don't give a shit about my health, so I'm not coming back. And I quit. I straight up just fucking quit. Because this man was just not gonna... He was just so awful to me. Like, he never cared about me. Like, you know, I'm carrying such heavy shit, and he would never help me. I was like, I missed the other manager. Because then, before the new manager, I had actually been... Like, they called me back from the previous Pizza Hut. And then they were like, oh, you can come back if you want. But I was actually enjoying what I was doing, like making pizzas and stuff over here. And I liked the manager. So I was like, no, I want to stay. You know, I like working here. And then like 2 weeks later, they switched managers. And then they gave me the shittiest fucking manager ever. And I was just like, oh, well, fuck, I guess I'll quit. So I quit. And then I started working at a Dunkin' Donuts. It's like right next to my house. It's like 4 minutes away from my house by car. If I walk, it's like half an hour, but by car, it's like 4 minutes. I started working there, and the manager was also garbage. Like, as a manager, you're supposed to take responsibility for everything. If you don't have enough workers, you have to work. And this bitch, this absolute rotten bitch, would take 2 days off, the worst days to take off, a Saturday and a Sunday. She would take Saturday and Sunday off, and then she had, like, these 3 workers that were working there, they hadn't had a break in a month. They didn't have any days off for an entire month. Every day these girls were working, every single day. And the manager was taking 2 days off every week to party and do shit, but her workers had to take the blunt of everything, and that's not how you manage. If you're a manager, you need to take responsibility for everything. If you don't have enough workers, you have to step in and do the job. You can't expect your workers to do something that you yourself are not willing to do. A manager is a leader. You have to take responsibility. You have to take everything, and you have to do things. Like, you know, if you don't have enough workers to work, you need to give your workers the same amount of breaks that you take. If you aren't willing to work an entire fucking week with no break, you shouldn't expect your workers to do the same. But alas, they were there. Like, on my first week, like, I know that I was already experienced in Dunkin' Donuts. I had worked there before. Like, I knew everything. But she left me alone for 2 hours on my third day. And then, to top it all off, what's funny is that, like, the same week that I started working, like, it was on, I think, a Friday. I got up, and I got in at 5, so I had to wake up at like 4:30. I still do, but for this story, I woke up and I was, I got dressed, I went to my car, and then I get to my car, and I've talked about this in my videos before. You can, I'll put the link in the description below if you want to watch that specific video, because I'm not going to go into detail, but my car was shot. Was covered in bullet holes. And so I called, and I'm like, and I texted her, and I'm like, hey, my car got shut up, I can't show up to work, I need to take care of this. And then she was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I literally have no way to go, to drive. My windows are shattered. Like, if I move, that shit's gonna crumble. And I'm gonna get hurt. I'm not, like, I need to call the police and file, you know, like, a thing saying that, hey, my car got shut up, and then just to see if the police, you know, you have to record that shit. You can't just, like, if your car gets shot or you get into an accident, you can't just move on and pretend it didn't happen. You have to go through the proper channels. So I'm like, hey, I can't show up to work today. I'll be able to show up tomorrow and Sunday because my mom can take me. But for now, my car is unavailable and I can't get there. She was like, oh my God, you're going to leave us all? And I'm like, I literally have no way to get there. My mom had to go to work, and I couldn't. I literally couldn't. So I show up Saturday and Sunday, and I sent her pictures of my car. Like, I should have sent her pictures to prove that my car got shut up, but she's like, whatever. And then I told her, like, on Saturday, I'm like, hey, because that same Friday, I had called I called the police to file to file the paperwork or whatever for, hey, my car got shut up in case there's an emergency, or in case there's other cars that are the same, you know, culprit. We didn't know. Like, the police officer just said that it was a BB gun that shut up my car, but there's no, like, if I didn't think of any enemies that I would have, which I didn't think I had any enemies, but he was like, okay, yeah, I'll file a report, and he left. And then that same day, I called, like, multiple places to fix the windows of my car, because I needed to get that fixed so that I could go to work. And back then I was working full time, so it wasn't like any part time. I was working full time. I wasn't studying because of COVID. I was just working full time. So I worked almost every day, literally. Like, I did, like, if my car hadn't got shut up, like, shot, I wouldn't have had a break for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. No break. And the manager was taking 2 days off every week. And if it wasn't for my car getting shot, I wouldn't have had any break. So she goes, and like, I tell her, hey, on Monday I can't come because that's when they're going to fix my car. I have to be home so that they can fix my car. And she's like, oh, you're going to leave them alone? Like, you have to come to work? And I'm like, I can't. I need to wait for them to come fix my car. She's like, oh, they're not going to show up at 6. And I'm like, I don't have a car to go to work. My car's windows are shattered. If I just hit a bump, those windows could shatter and hurt me. I can't go to work. I need to wait until my car is fixed. So, and then the funny thing is that when I called the place, they were like, oh yeah, we have both parts, because it was like the driver's side, both the front and the back window, both of them got shot. and I'm like, I need to fix it. So I called them. They apparently had both parts that I needed, both of the like glasses. But then the guy calls me. He's like, I made a mistake. I put the wrong part, so I can only fix one of your windows. And I was just like, oh, well, fine, whatever. Just fix the driver's side one. And this guy offered me a job as well, because I was like, yo, I need my car fixed. And I was crying. I was having a mental breakdown because I needed to go to work and I couldn't have my car like that. And he was like, hey, because I was like, oh, my manager, she's like so mean, and she's like not letting me take the time off to fix my fucking car, and I needed it today, and it was gonna have to be like a week before the part arrived. And he's like, oh, like if you want, I'm offering a job or whatever. That's a story for another day. I'm not gonna get into that, but alas, that was an awful manager. She got transferred to a different Dunkin' Donuts, and the one where I was working didn't have a proper manager for 3 months. And we worked better. We did so much better when she wasn't there. Like I just love it. Like, we can work better when the managers aren't around. But alas, for 3 months we didn't have a manager, and then we got a new manager. And apparently she had only been with Dunkin' Donuts for like 3 weeks. So like, she was hired to be a manager, and then she was being shown everything that you needed to be a manager. And then I was still suffering health issues, and I had taken extra days off, and I was only working 4 days a week because I just wasn't feeling good at all. I was doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those were the days that I worked, and then I rested Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And I wasn't feeling good. I was feeling awful. I was having a lot of panic attacks during work. I was having a lot of like mood swings. I was being really bipolar, and then I actually end up passing out at work. Like one morning, I was just like feeling really bad, and I pass out. And they call my mom, and my mom comes to pick me up and stuff. And I quit. I didn't quit. I just called, and I'm like, hey, I have health issues. Can I just take a couple days off so that I can, or like a couple weeks off so that I can recover and take care of my health? And they were like, well, we can't really do that because we need the workers right now. But what we can do is give you like not firing, but like a layoff, and then we'll put you we'll put on your report that you're rehireable, so that when you feel better, when you are cured or whatever the hell, or like when you're ready to come back to work, so you can come back. And so like, cause like if you quit and stuff, they put like on rehirable, or they put stuff in there that's like, oh, you can't be rehired back. But they were like, no, we'll make sure that you're able to get your job back when you want. So I was like, okay. And then I went through these couple of months with doing. I went to the doctor. I went to I started therapy. You know, I've been taking care of myself, and now like I've gained like 30 pounds in the span of 3 months. I'm fat now compared to how I used to be, and like I'm great. I'm feeling great. Like I feel better both mentally, physically. Like I feel a lot better. I'm still depressed as hell, and I still would take death's hand if it came to me. But alas, I feel a lot better. I started school and all that, and then I started working at a Dunkin's again. But this time they had enough people in the one that I was working at, so they moved me to a different one. That's a little bit further away. It's like 10 minutes from my house, 10 to 15 minutes. So it's not too bad. And there, the manager that was there, I think I mentioned it in other videos before, the manager that was there was someone that I had trained. So before I left, they were hiring new people. And like 2 or 3 days before I left, before I fainted, there was this two new people, this old lady and this other like lady, and both of them they have like really thick Hispanic accents that you can barely understand what they're talking about. And like as long as you know English, like you're good. Like, you know, as long as you can communicate, like that's incredible. Learning a new language is really hard. I would know. I learned English. I had to learn English. I know English it's not a hard language, but it's hard to grasp it at some points because, you know, like the accent, the way that you talk, the tone, and, you know, it's not, you don't pronounce it the same way it's written. there's a lot of really weird rules in English, and it's just really hard sometimes. So like I commend them for being able to like communicate in English, but like their English was just god awful. But so I was training this lady, and I forgot her name's, I'm not gonna say her name because, you know, privacy. But I was training her, and then like I showed her how to do a couple coffees, and you know, blah blah blah. And then I fainted, and I took a couple months break, and then when I came back, they put me to the other Dunkin' Donuts, and apparently she was given a manager position at that Dunkin' Donuts. She had been at Dunkin' Donuts for 3 months already, because I was out of a job for like 3 months for health reasons, blah blah. We already talked about this. And I was like, oh yeah, didn't I train you? And she was like, yeah. So she's the manager now. And I've said it before in my previous videos that she's just an awful fucking manager. Because, like, she doesn't know how to do stock. She buys either too much or something, or too little of something, and we always run out of shit before the truck comes in. We're always running out of things. We're always running out of caramel, out of milk, and she has to go out and buy milk. And she spends all her day, like, if she lets everybody else work, and she spends all her day in her office doing fuck nothing. And she gets so frustrated while we work. Like, I get it. Like, I used to get frustrated as well before I had, like, the, like, medication. Because I'm bipolar. So I used to get, like, really frustrated when something was going wrong. And I would still try to keep calm and do my job as I'm supposed to. She starts yelling and she starts hitting the table. Like, oh my god. Like, every time that anyone makes an order with bigger than 4 items, she's like, oh my god. Like, for me, what I get overwhelmed when I have too much work and there's people like getting in my way. Like, if I'm not able to like just fully just continuously keep working, if anybody gets in my way, I get frustrated because I'm trying to do something and there's people in my way. Like, if I'm doing something, leave me alone to do it. I can handle it. If I'm doing drinks, leave the drinks to me. If I'm doing food, leave the food to me. If I'm getting donuts, let me go get the donuts. If I'm taking orders, let me take orders. I don't like people getting in my way. I hate it. Because I concentrate on one specific thing that I'm doing, and I like hyper attentiveness into that one thing that I'm doing. That's how I work. I mean, the only one thing that is like really great is that I get to listen to music while I work, and I'm usually in sandwich station, which means I don't need to really listen or take orders, like pay attention. Like if I hear a sandwich, I start making it, blah blah blah. But like her, she just gets so frustrated. She's like, oh my god, why won't people just go home? And I'm like, because people got shit to do. Okay, the same way that we're here at 4 a.m, there's people that have to work really early and they want to get their coffees, you know. Like, I like working at Dunkin' Donuts. Like, it's not the thing that I want to do for the rest of my life, of course not. But it's a good job. I like it. It's, you know, you get a bit of tips here and there, and then, you know, it's a hard job, but, you know, I like it. I like making coffees. I like making food. It's fun, and I get to listen to music, so it's even better. You see me, like, dancing to K-pop while making sandwiches, and I'm like, bow, 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 bow. I'm good. And then, so yeah, no, she's an awful manager. No one likes her. And she fired 2 people because she had disagreements with them. One of them was Ashley. She was really great. She was a good worker. She was really fast. She did everything really well. And then they had one disagreement, and she fired her. And then we had another worker. Her name was Storm. That was a great name, by the way. Her name was Storm, and I think they also had a disagreement. Like, she started yelling or calling Storm shit, and then Storm left. Or like she fired her because I think she wasn't working fast enough or something. I didn't know the story of that one. But then so yeah, she fired 2 people, and then this Friday I was talking to her. Like, I went to the back to get something, and then we started talking because she talks to me a lot because I'm the only one that speaks Spanish, so she can like fully talk to someone without, you know, she just talks to me in Spanish, and I talk to her back in Spanish because of course. And then we were talking, and she's just like, oh my god, I miss Puerto Rico. You know, like, everything was different. I'm like, yeah, I miss Cuba as well. Like, it's a great place to visit, you know. And she's like, yeah, it's just that here, like, all these, like, gay people, Like, that goes against God. And I just stare at her and I'm like, I'm not the best person to talk to about this. Because I am gay. Like, I am straight. Like, I am a gay anime nerd. There's nothing straight about me. My gender, where's my flag? My gender, non-binary. My sexual attraction, everybody. My romantic attraction, nobody. I am as gay as can get, okay? Like, I am so gay. There's just no, like, I'm just so gay. And this woman looks at me in the face and is like, gay people shouldn't have rights. And I just go like, excuse you? I am gay as hell. Don't say that to me. Don't fucking say that to me. Like, that made me hate her. Because, like, first of all, gay is natural. There's an entire race of, I think it's like lizards. There's an entire race of lesbian lizards. There is no male lizard in that family. There's just pure, like, gay lizards. There are trans lions. There are trans tigers. There's, like, gay penguins. Gayness is a normal, natural thing. It's natural. And what can I do? I like women. Women are so pretty and so just, I can't stop. Like, it's not like I did not choose to like women. I just do. Like, if I could choose anything, I would choose to not like men. But here I am. I like men. I wish I didn't, but I do. That's why I'm bisexual. I'm technically pansexual because I really don't give a shit about your gender. But it's just easier to say that you're bi. I'm bi. I like men and women. Because I'm not even a woman. I am a non-binary. I am 3 raccoons in a trench coat. I don't even care about gender. Like, I wear whatever the fuck I want whenever I fucking want. And I don't consider, like, I don't care about gender. Like, it's not like, I'm a girl. Like, I go by she, they, mostly because, like, my family's already gonna be calling me she. Like, I'm not gonna bother with it. Like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care about gender. That's why I call myself non-binary, because if I could have any gender, I would pick male. Just because I like the body type better, you know? But I like boobies. I have a nice set of boobies. I like my boobies. I just don't like my reproductive system. That's the one thing that I hate the most, but it does give me gender, what is it called? Not gender euphoria. That's a different thing. Gender dysphoria. Whenever I get my period, I get severe gender dysphoria because I'm just like, fuck. I don't want it. Like, I get, like, my hormones get really angry and it's just like, I became an angry gremlin. But alas, like, I'm still talking to my boss. It's not like, I can be like, like, I respect her opinion. As long as she doesn't get out of her way to, like, hurt gay people, as long as she's just like, whatever, like, I don't care, she's my boss, I have to work with her, I have to accept her, and she, so far, like, even after she learned that I'm gay, she still talks to me. She's not like, like, whatever, like, you should go to hell, because, like, I'm pagan, I already know what hell I'm going to, and it's not that one, it's not the hell that you all think, I'm going to the underworld. I already sold my soul to Hades. Hermes is already taking my soul to the underworld when I die. And I gave him coins to put in my eyes so that I can pay the wayfarer of the underworld to take me to the afterlife. Where I can be surrounded by puppies and kittens and drink coffee all day without it, making me sleepy. I don't know why I drink coffee because it makes me sleepy, but it's just so good. I love coffee. But yeah. No, just like, like, I'm the kind of person that just respects everybody. Like, I don't care what gender or what you are, what you want to be. Like, I don't know why people get so like, I can't call you by your neo-pronouns, or I can't call you by they, them, that's not grammatic. Like, what does it matter? Why can't you just respect people? Like, even if you disagree with someone, you should just respect them. As long as this person isn't actively hurting someone. If it's just like, I think I like pineapples on pizza. Like, that dumb argument. Like, I like pineapples on pizza. If you don't like pineapple on pizza, That's fine. It's none of my business what you put in your body. I don't care. Like, if you're trans, I love you. If you're not trans, I love you. Like, I don't know why people get so, like, into it. Like, why do you care what other people do with their lives? As long as they're not hurting anyone, why do you need to bother other people? Like, why can't you just let other people be themselves? Like, oh, because they're gonna go to hell, and why is that your problem? Like, if they go to hell, why is that your problem? Like, do you feel like the white savior complex that you need to save everybody? Like, chill, okay? Chill out. Everybody has their own thing. Let people be who they want to be. Like, why is that so hard? Why do we have so much... Like, I don't understand why people get... Or, like it's fine if you have an opinion against, like, oh, I like this show. Oh, I don't like this show. Alright, what didn't you like about it? Oh, this is why. Okay, that's fair. I understand why you don't like the show. It's not for everybody. There we go. Like, why can't we just live like that? Just like, oh, okay, I don't agree with you, but I respect you. Like, why can't we do that? Like, I just don't get it. Like, it's so simple to just not fucking destroy other people's lives just because you disagree with them. Like, it's so dumb. But yeah, no, I hate my manager. I don't like hate her because she's not like, I just wish they didn't make her manager. She doesn't know what she's doing. She straight up doesn't know what she's doing. Like, I've met a lot of managers, and I know how I've been offered to be a manager, but I said no because I know I don't want that responsibility. I don't want the responsibility of, like, everybody else in my hands. Like, that's too much responsibility for me. I'm just good, being a worker. I just want to do my job, and that's it. But like, just finding out that she was, it's just, no. Like, I don't want to work with her anymore, mostly because, like, she just doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's messy. She's a mess. She doesn't know what she's doing, and it pisses me off, because I'm trying to do my job, and then she's like, oh, I'll help you, and I'm like, no, don't help me, because if you help me, I'll get confused, and I won't know what I'm doing. Leave me alone. Just let me breathe. Just let me do my job. Even if I have, like, 5 orders that I have to do for, like, 3 sandwiches each, I'll get to it when I get to it. Chill out. People in drive-thru can wait. Okay? I only have 1 oven. Usually, I need to work with 2 for me to be fast, because I run out of food, or they order something. They order the wraps, and then they order something that I don't have the eggs, and I have to make them. And, like, usually I work with 2 ovens. Really, like, that's how I'm supposed to work. But I only have 1. I only have 1 oven. Whatever, I can do it. I can manage. Like, I always prepare extra food just in case. I prepare extra eggs, and I make a lot of bacon, a lot of maple bacon. I make everything. I make a lot of everything so that I can just pow, 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 build it like a fucking Lego, and boom, send it away. And, like, it's easy, but, like, it takes a lot because it's really hot in that area, and then there's a lot of sandwiches. I have to do sandwiches for front counter, drive-thru, and delivery by myself. The first time I worked at a Dunkin' Donuts, the food station was manned by 2 people. 2 people. And it was before deliveries. It was drive-thru and front. And it was 2 people. In this Dunkin' Donuts, and then in the previous one, it was just me. Just me. Making sandwiches for both front counter, drive-thru, and deliveries. And deliveries, they don't kid around. They give you 4 to 5 sandwiches every time. They're like, oh, I want 4 bacon, egg, and cheese croissants. I'm like, okay, I got it. Give me a second. Boom. Grab all the croissants, cut them in half with a little cutter, put them in the toaster, bring everything down. Boom, we're done. We're done. We got 4 bacon, egg, and cheese croissants in the span of a minute. I'll do it. But don't get in my way. If you get in my way, you're going to distract me, and you're going to get me out of everything. Like, leave me alone. Let me do my job as I'm supposed to. Don't, like, if you see that I'm slow or, like, I'm behind, like, even if you offer to help, I'm going to say no. Because I'll be like, just, no. Leave me be. I know what I'm doing. We're a little behind. It's going to stay that way. But give me just a minute and I'll have everything. And I do. I usually do. And then when I'm making coffees, I don't like people getting in my way. Like, and I was working with this girl yesterday because, just so that you know how it was scheduled, it was me, the one that makes the coffees, just the two of us alone until 8. And then we had a minor, girl, she's a minor, she's 16, to come in for her to take care of front, because she usually takes care of front, but it was just 3 of us. And so we closed the front counter because it's just 3 of us. For us to take care of the entire store, we need about 5 to 6 people. 2 in the front and at least 3 in drive-through, because we need someone to take orders, we need someone to cash out, we need someone to make coffees, and then sandwich station. And then we need 2 people in the front, 1 taking care of the customer and 1 taking care of deliveries, because we get a lot of deliveries all day. So we need at least 7 people to work. We had 3 people for the entire store. Only 2 of us until 8, but it was like really slow in the morning because it's a Sunday. And then we had the girl coming in at 8. And then the one that makes the drinks was supposed to go home at 10. She was supposed to go home at 10. And then the minor was supposed to take her break at 11. So not only would I have been only with 1 other person until 11 for like a whole hour, then for 30 minutes I would have been by myself taking care of the entire store. That's how we were scheduled. How am I supposed to work like that? Okay, I spent all day taking orders, cashing out, and making sandwiches. And we got a lot of sandwiches. It was car after car after car after car after car. And I really don't care. Like, I know people that order like, oh, I want a bacon, egg, and cheese with no cheese, or like, oh, I want a sausage, egg, and cheese but add bacon, you know, or like, oh, I don't want this bread, I want that bread. And like, I don't care if you complicate your order, I'll do it, no big deal. But if I have to take orders, cash out, and make sandwiches, how am I supposed to work like that? Of course we're gonna be behind. I don't have enough people to work. Like, and then the one that makes a drink, she was also taking some orders sometimes and then cashing out sometimes, but she's making drinks. She can't be making drinks, taking orders, and cashing out at the same time. We needed at least 1 other person so that they could take orders and cash out. And then, like, after, like, around 11, this other girl showed up. She's new. I really don't know how long she's been working, but she's new. And, oh my god, this girl, she was a mess. Like, Rika left because she had to go take some stuff to another store. She was gonna come back. And it was just me, the new girl, and then the minor. Then the minor went on her break because she had to use the bathroom. She wasn't gonna take her break at all. Like, she took her break late because she's like, oh, I don't want to leave you alone. And then the other girl showed up, and then she's like, oh, okay, I'll go take my break now. And then this other girl, she's such a mess. She can barely take orders, but she's taking orders and then one after another, and I'm like, let them wait at drive-through. Let them wait. Be like, I'll be right with you. Let's calm down. Let's do order by order. We do person by person, like 2 to 3 cars at a time. Not just grab order. Because like that, we're going to get too overwhelmed. I had a pile of coffees that I had to make and a pile of food that I had to make. You need to go slow. If we are understaffed, we need to go slow. Car by car by car. I don't care if you have to wait on drive-through. We are understaffed. If you're going through I know that drive-through, it's like you're supposed to be fast, but we only have 2 people. Like, let them wait at drive-through. And she was getting the orders wrong. Like, she was getting all the drinks wrong, and like, I don't blame her because it's really hard to like hear through that. But you know, at least try your best. Like, repeat the order to them back. Like, make sure that they got the right order, because everybody was getting the wrong order. Like, I was making food and it was going to the wrong people. I was getting donuts and was going to the wrong people. I was making the coffees and they were wrong. Like, she couldn't, I don't know why because I think she's a closer. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to leave her, to not train her properly. And I know Dunkin' Donuts doesn't train. We don't train people. We throw you in and be like, good luck. I know, because I've been there. I try to teach as much as possible and be like, hey, if you have a question, just ask me. But we don't train people. Like, we just throw you in the gutter and hope you do what you're supposed to. But alas, like I like working in Dunkin's. It's fun. It's nice. I get to listen to music. I'm like dancing the K-pop while making sandwiches, and I'm fast, and I'm doing my job, and I get paid $12 an hour. And I get to listen to music, and I get a couple tips here and there. I'm saving my tips to get a tattoo. You get some tattoos soon. But you know, like, I just, you know, wish that they would get better people to, like, no, and, like, now, like, since we're short 2 people, like, if you know that we are short on people, don't fire people. Like, if you know that we're short, why are you firing people? Like, just because you had one fucking disagreement. That's not a manager. As a manager, you need to, like, be like, okay, we have different ideas, we have different things, but I need workers, so I need to also respect them. She was expecting respect without her respecting other people. Like, she just yells and tells people, like, oh, blah, 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 and it's like, you have to do what I say because I'm your manager. And it's like, no, you're my manager. You're supposed to manage me, and you're supposed to, like, give me things to do. But I, as your worker, also have a say on things because I know how things work. Like, I myself, like, I got into a fight with her once because she was making us, like we didn't have any cream. Like, we ran out of cream. Fucking cream. That's what we put in almost every single coffee. Like, every time you order an iced or hot coffee, we always ask, do you want cream and sugar, if you didn't mention it? Because everybody wants cream and sugar. We didn't have any cream. We had to open the little pods of cream one by one. If someone ordered a coffee with 8 cream, you have to do 8 little cups of cream. Like, how can you expect me to work well when you make me work like that? We need to be fully stocked. It's better to have more of something than less of it. Like, it's like, even if we have like 3 extra boxes by the time the new ones come in, use those 3 next. Order more, not less. No, and like, pumpkin donuts are really fucking popular, but we only get 5. 5 pumpkin donuts for the entire day, and they are the most popular donut. Why? Like, you want to make money, but you don't like order more pumpkin donuts. Order like 30. We would get so much money. Everybody wants pumpkin donuts. It's fucking December. It's fucking fall. People want more pumpkin donuts. Order more. I don't get it. Like, I've never been a manager, so I can't say that I know how it is. I've been offered the thing of manager, but like, it's a lot of responsibility, and you need to accept, you need to grow, like, she gets so frustrated, and that's not something good for a manager. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to be manager, because of my mental health. I get frustrated really easily. Now, thankfully, I don't get frustrated at all. Like, at work, like, I get a little bit frustrated, but I stay pretty calm because of my medication. And, like, she just goes ballistic. And the funny thing is that she's a Leo. I think I mentioned in my other video that she's a Leo, and that's why she's so stuck up. She's like, oh, the way I say goes, because she's a fucking Leo. And I found out that my other 2 coworkers, the minor and then the other one, the one that makes the coffees, they're both Geminis. And they are tough as hell. Like, the 2 of them are just like, yeah, no, we say it like it is. And she does. Like, the one that makes the coffees, she straight up talks shit about the manager to me. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. She keeps it real. She really does keep it real. And she gave me a gift. She gave me a nice little cup so that at work, I didn't have to use, like, the plastic cup. She gave me a nice little cup. And then she gave me grapes one day. She's really nice. I like her. But she talks shit about the manager all the time to me. She's just like, this is how you're supposed to do it. Because she's a lot old. She's like 48, I think. But she's really smart. She's really chill. I think she used to be in, like, a nurse or some shit. I don't know why she's at Dunkin' Donuts now, instead of, staying in nursing. But, yeah, no, it's just been a week, bro. Like, next week's gonna, like, I don't know. Like, they keep hiring people, but I think that Like, they hired this one girl that I was working with. She was making, I taught her how to make sandwiches. She quit. I think she had only been with at the store for like a week, if even, and she quit. I don't blame her. I really don't blame her, but what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do till we come for you? That should probably be it for the video. I've been talking for 45 minutes ranting about work. But yeah, no, my manager's homophobic, and I'm just like, don't want to talk to her anymore because I'm hella gay. I am so gay, and she's homophobic, and I'm just like, oh boy, where am I going with this? Like, it's great. It's just fantastic to find out that your boss is homophobic. At least, like, if she fires me, I can, like, file a claim and be like, she fired me because I'm gay. She fired me because I'm gay. No, I'm working a lot better now. Like, I'm still failing school, so I'm probably gonna have to retake all of my classes next semester. But alas, at least I have the chance to retake it, you know. I can just cry and drink coffee. At least I can have a second chance at the classes. Well, one of them is gonna be a third chance because it's not going anywhere. But hopefully next semester I do better. Cause this semester I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail this semester, straight up. I already know. I'm only probably gonna pass one class, or like 2 classes, which is English composition and business communications. Those are probably the only classes I'm gonna pass, barely. But yeah, no, like life is just hard. Life is hard, but you know, at least I don't hate my job. At least I don't hate it. Like, I don't hate it. Like, I'm fine going there. I get free coffee, and I get free food, and free donuts! I think. I don't even know if we do get free donuts. I just know that I take them anyways, because I work there, and I can. I usually take, like, 2 to 3 donuts. And yes, I eat them all. I'm a fat ass now. I gained 30 pounds in 3 months. I'm a fat ass, okay? I got fat titties. Anyways, yeah, that should be enough for this video. I've been talking for almost 50 minutes about nonsense. Well, it wasn't nonsense. I was talking about my job and stuff, so we're friends. We can talk about that shit. Come on. We're friends. We are friendos. I gotta stop being a fucking weeaboo. We are friends. We're all friends here. I'm just chatting and hoping that future Meru is better, like... How are you, Meru, from 5 years from now? How are you? I hope you see this video and just reminisce about all the shit that you've gone through while working at a Dunkin' Donuts. Like, I love it. I like it. I highly recommend you buy Dunkin' Donuts instead of Starbucks. I still buy drinks at Starbucks, but, like, once or twice. Like, if that's, like, the only thing around, like, I buy it. I do have a drink that I really like. But if I can choose, I choose Dunkin' Donuts. It's cheaper. And much less obnoxious. It's cheaper and much less obnoxious. But yeah, I like Dunkin' Donuts. There's a new drink that's going to be coming up that I'm interested in. It's like a peanut butter macchiato. And I'm really interested because I love peanut butter. I don't know how peanut butter and coffee are going to mix together. I want to try it. But I'll keep you guys updated on how the peanut butter coffee is. Follow me on my TikTok if you want to see that. I don't even know if I'm going to post it on TikTok. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing with my life. But, alas, yeah, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, wow, you're a true trooper for making it 50 minutes in. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment what you think about this, like... What do you think? Like anything that you want to talk about in the comments below, we can chat. I always reply because there's like no comments. No comments happen. So once one happens, I'm like, hey, a comment though. There we go. Help the algorithm. Help me with the algorithm. Like, comment, subscribe, and share it to the friends you don't have. I stole that from someone, by the way. Share it to the friends you don't have. It was like... But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and Meru out. Bye-bye!